It's working.
Hey.
They're all working. Yeah, I think they're all working.
Alright, so you sit there, and I'll just sit there. See? Because I would have been hurt if that was my phone and the voicemail, and Dad would just be like, oh my god, she doesn't bother with picking up my call.
Let me take a photo of you on your phone. You can upload it to your stuff. So.
What do you mean?
You know, like, if you show people that you're doing cool things. You know?
That's a good idea.
You know, you want them to be jealous of you.
I like to show the off. Oh my god, you don't look at my Instagram. My Instagram's pretty rad. Rad. Like, I fucking go shooting, and it's fucking, like, fucking 357 Magnum.
Yeah, but... Alright, listen, thank you for joining my show. I'm gonna act a lot differently than I act in person.
Good morning, Vietnam! Hey, this is not music, this is rock and roll. It was a little too early for being this style, well, too late. It's 0600 when there's Ming. Oh my god, it's early. And no, that was Robin Williams. I miss him.
Alright. Yeah, I'll take a photo. 1, 2, 3. I'll take one more.
We are the world. We are the children.
Alright, here you go.
We are the ones.
What mics are these?
I look constipated.
ER40.
I know the P-38 Mustang. That was a nice plane.
How much does this cost?
I don't know.
Alright.
It's so...
Hey, do I hear myself?
These microphones are so nice, you can't even see the price tag on it.
Hey. I don't hear myself.
Do I hear myself? No.
Careful. Take it off for a second. So it doesn't make your ears.
This one's mine. Oh, there you go.
Hey, and we're on the show. I don't hear myself that well. I didn't do that on purpose.
I know.
I heard it too. Wait, what's? Oh, that's that. Okay, so that's off. That's one. That one's going to there.
Hey, don't touch my coil.
Yeah. And that one is yours? No.
There comes the time.
Oh, I see.
when we
Monitor level
heave a
is up.
certain
Monitor level's
call.
up. And oh, there we go. Do you hear yourself louder now, or no? Just
No.
me. Okay, so listen. This is your headphone. Now you hear louder, right? Right? Okay, so that's yours if you want to change it.
This one.
Yeah. All right. And we're live in 3, 2. Welcome back to our first episode of Listen Nissim, where you get to listen to me, your host, Nissim, talk about really cool things related to really cool things. So our first guest on the podcast is my really good friend, roommate.
This is your secret, Mario.
Crazy namesake guy, because we have the same name, Justin Ryan.
Play Bisty for me.
How are you, Justin? Thanks so much for coming on the show today.
I'm good. I just finished my Marxism paper. It was 9 pages long. I sat in the tech center last night at 8 p.m. I sat down. I sat there, and I didn't leave till 10:30 a.m. this morning. At 2 o'clock, I was hungry enough to get Uber Eats and pay $20 for a Gino cheesesteak. No, I did not get any sleep.
Well, it sounds like you're really taking advantage of your college experience.
Yeah, but just not yesterday. You know, like, it was just not productive. I was writing and writing and writing, and then it will come to me. I would start writing and writing, and then it will disappear. So next thing you know, I'm off and playing Bumble and other sites.
For our viewers out there, this episode will have some content, some graphic content, because our guest today, Justin Ryan, is and we have our first guest calling in, Amit Zach.
Like, how may I help you?
Hey.
Hello?
Hello?
What's up?
Takeout or delivery?
Delivery.
radio.
Here, just say it into the microphone so I can hear you.
You've reached
What'd you say?
Good morning Vietnam. This is
Anyways, you're our first guest. You're calling into our show, Listen Nissim podcast. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Would you like to request a song?
Yes. Norwegian Wood.
Norwegian Wood, you got it.
All right, we'll try to figure out how to set that up.
Bum 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 bum. That once had a girl with the keys too low. I can't go that. I once had a girl, what should I say? She once had me.
Anyways, so would you like to come in person for our podcast now?
Say yes.
Yeah, I'd love to after I finish one of my classes.
Oh, what time does that end?
It's from 12 to 12:50. World Music and Cultures.
Oh,
World music and cultures.
can you tell us a little bit about that class and the professor, Joseph Alpar?
What part of the world?
Sure. So, Joseph Alpar is a professor, and in that class we've learned about different genres of music, throughout the world. Like, for example, we studied India, we studied Africa, we did a little bit of Yemen. And in that class, it's not just the music, but it's also the dances and the lifestyles, and it's definitely a lot of fun, and it's very eye-opening.
Awesome. Well, we wish you good luck. I know your class starts in 10 minutes, and
Yeah.
maybe another time we can have you and
Oh, we're not gonna be here by 12:50.
because we're wrapping up our podcast. So, anyways, thanks for calling in and joining and being our
Of
first
course.
guest
Thank you so much for having me.
on the Listen Nissim podcast.
Listen.
All right, take care.
All right, take care. Thank you so much. Be well. All the best. Bye.
Bye.
Well, you heard it, You heard it here, folks. Our episode is sponsored by the Temple University Honors Program. If you are a high school student looking to go to Temple University and you're in 9th or 10th grade, you're in a great position to begin working on getting your GPA as high as possible and start studying for the SATs and ACTs so that you get a high enough score that you might potentially be recognized by the honors program to enter.
Sure.
Hey, that's not this kind of show. You're just giving me more editing work, man. And if you don't have good grades and you're already in 10th, 11th, or 12th grade in high school, then consider transferring in as an honors student. You can have a second chance, just like the second coming of the Messiah. Jesus. Not really. Anyways, Justin, back to your story. So
Oh, I thought we were gonna go to the Captain Kangaroo's
What?
commercial.
What's Captain Kangaroo?
I don't know.
Anyways, so Justin, we're back here in the studio again with Justin. What, you don't hear it?
Too loud.
Too loud? Just turn it down. I'm trying to talk close into the microphone, you know?
I just realized Amit didn't hear anything I said.
I think she did, actually.
Really?
Yeah. The problem is those are on, and they're just causing interference, so
You're causing interference.
maybe you can mute them from the...
Yeah.
They're number 1 and 2. Just click the mute button.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you so much. Now there's less background noise. Anyways, we're back here on the Listen Nissim show with our first guest, Justin Ryan. Justin, how you doing today?
I'm pretty good. I'm sleep deprived, but I'm good.
Okay.
I'm operating off of 2 large black coffee and a Pat's cheesesteak with provolone cheese and extra mushroom that I ate 2 o'clock in the morning.
I must say you have a soothing voice.
Silky smooth Justin Ryan, only on 98.3 WOGL.
So, Justin, where were you born?
Buddha bless you. I was born in Maui, Hawaii, on the north side of the island. Kahului. Wait, no. It is. Oh, yeah, it is in Kahului, Maui, Hawaii, in the Maui Memorial Hospital. I was 9 pounds and 12 ounces, and my head was too big. My mom had to get a C-section. Too much information.
Tell us about your mother, where she's from.
Geelong, Taiwan. It's like a port, but it was one of the port that when the Chinese nationalists lost the Chinese Civil War to the communists, so they fled from Shanghai and they end up in the port in Geelong, and that's where they settled. Yeah, it's kind of like the Italian immigrants docking in New York and just stick around New York.
And what about your father?
He's from Northeast Philly.
And his parents?
South Philly. I remember my grandmother telling me something like what actual fucking street she lived on. She tells me stuff like she remembers her piano lessons would cost 25 cents per class, but she's 92, so she can't remember anything.
And what about the parents from your mother's side? Where are they from?
Grandmom is from Shanghai, and my granddad is from Fujian.
Where's that?
Fujian? It's literally next to Hong Kong. It's a big province. Like if you close your eyes and point at China, you're probably gonna hit Fujian.
So, where were you raised?
Well, my parents moved to Taipei when I was like 4, so yeah, I grew up in Taipei. Yeah, big city, so many people, no privacy. Can't even off without worrying the neighbors looking, you know. Say something, you're on TV.
And how was your experience eating lunch, pollution, Taiwan, China takeover?
Well, that hasn't happened yet. I mean, probably going to happen in the near future. Not near future. Not immediate near future. In the future. Well, lunch was pretty good. I mean, the school lunch, we didn't have cafeteria. So the lunch came in big plastic containers, and they got cubicles in them, and you literally scoop mapo tofu with white rice and into this tin lunchbox that was standard issue tin lunchbox. And if you're Chinese, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. It's round, it's a cylinder, it's flat, and it's their standard issue school lunchbox. And the lunchbox comes with a cup for its soup.
And tell us about your high school experience, how you became who you are today.
Well, high school. So, the way high school admission works in Taiwan is you study 12 hours a day for a high school entrance exam, and whatever grade you get dictates where you'll end up. And right before I started my freshman year, I watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and it was a bad idea because that got my head with all kinds of unrealistic expectations that none of them fulfilled in a public high school in Taipei, Taiwan. Like, everyone's a prude and a nuns, and yeah, like, it just never happened. Not around me. I mean, I was a high school loser anyway. But and then Justin said, let there be light, and then now next thing you know, there's light.
Give them some context about what the studio looks like.
It's small. It's boxy. It's got a lot of foam. What do you call that foamy thingy for recording studios to not have echoes? And it got these hipster Christmas lights dangling off the wall, and then you got a Pixar-style lamp facing right at me like I'm in some kind of fucking interrogation session in Guantanamo. I mean, if you don't think about it, if you don't know what it is, waterboarding in Guantanamo sounds like a great time for a vacation, you know? That was a joke. The worst form of joke is the ones that you have to say that's a joke.
So how did you end up coming to Temple University?
So the summer of 2015, I had just finished another whole year of studying 12 hours a day, because when you're Asian, that's literally what you do. Your parents will whip you into doing that if you didn't. And I had just finished my college entrance exam. It lasted 2 days. It was like 8 hours a day of tests that dictates what you're going to do for the next 4 years of your life. And the night I finished the exam, I was on a Delta airline from Taipei via Tokyo to New York for 4th of July. So the test ended at July 3rd in Taipei, which was, by American time, was July 2nd. And I was on my 15-hour flight. I landed in New York on the 4th of July in the afternoon, and I was like, I was traveling by myself because. And, jingle, jingle, dangle. Jingle, jingle, dangle. And so I landed in New York 4th of July in the afternoon while everyone's having barbecue and drinking Coors Light and playing beer pong and getting wasted. I was navigating my way through airport transit shuttle bus. No, it's not a shuttle bus. It's a shuttle train rail thing. Light rail. Which took me to the Amtrak train station, and then took me to the Greyhound station, where I took the Greyhound to Atlantic City, all because Captain Joe's got his yacht, and I want to be on the yacht for 4th of July fireworks over the Atlantic City waters, and the casinos, and Borgata's got fireworks going off. And why did I choose to land in New York instead of Atlantic City or Philadelphia? Because I'm too goddamn cheap. I had to torture myself to add a 3-hour travel on top of the 15-hour flight that I just went through. Wait, 15 plus the 2 hours to Tokyo, so 17 hours of flight. Guess what? That wasn't the last time I did that either.
And then tell us about your transition, your first year, your second year. How did you spend your time in Philadelphia? Did you come to Temple? Okay, not that. Did you come to Temple right away?
No. So 2015 summer, I was here. I was having fun. I was doing shit. I was in Maryland. I was surfing. I had my bicycle, which is a 1971 Schwinn Stingray Fastback 3-speed. In sunset orange, no, cool orange. And I was visiting my godfather, Alan, lives in Newtown, PA, and he was like, hey, want to come live here and go to school here? I'm like, yeah. And long story short, when I went home, I applied for Bucks County Community College online, and if you're a real person, they will literally accept you. And I announced it to my mom that I'm gonna study in the States, and next thing you know, World War III happened, and took a load of convincing, and I had to get baptized before my mom was finally okay with me leaving. But it's cool now because the fucking new president that got elected in Taiwan, she fucking hates her. So now she's like, cool, good thing you're in the States. Amit's snapping me.
Save that. So, Justin, tell our viewers a story about how we met, from your perspective.
From my perspective. So, Alan, my godfather, and his wife Diana, and Aunt Diana, they're black belt in Aikido, and their sensei, Kancho Utada, he started his first dojo in South Philly in 1971, and my Aunt Diana was one of his first students in his very first dojo, and they stay connected to the 2000s, and then you break off and this and that, but she always knew that he was teaching Aikido in Temple, and so she was like, go say hi and see if you can get in and learn Aikido. So I showed up and I asked for the add-on, and I don't know, and Alan made a thing that Sim says what's the word? Oh, I guess it sounded like it was through because Aunt Diana and Concho literally have known each other for 50 years. That allows me to get in to the Aikido class as an add-on. So there I was filling out my add-on paper once Concho Utada said okayed it, and then I was writing, and then you came over and he's like, and you were like, are you into cryptocurrency? Who the fuck asks someone, are you into cryptocurrency? What the fuck?
I did.
You did.
And then what?
And then what? And then
Talk about the cheating on the tests.
the cheating on the test. Yeah, you carried my fucking test. I don't know what the fuck I was doing with the Japanese terminology for all the moves in Aikido, with the Danto, with the Chanto, with the Gente, and the Tomare Arigato, Mr. Robato. Yeah, but you had what did you have cheats or something?
I remember I used to all of my study notes on a small piece of paper. I'd hand it to you when I'd finish.
Right.
Smoothly.
Yeah, I remember that was yeah. My squinty eyes weren't squinty enough to see the fonts, but I managed. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a new low.
That's a new low. What, squinty eye jokes?
Yeah, I mean,
go lower than that. Hello, can you go? Bum, 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 bum.
Well, now welcome back to the Listen Nissim show, where I invite guests on my podcast to talk with each other while they are both on their phones. So I know this isn't visual, but you can imagine that we're both on our phones and having passive conversations while we multitask and do other things. So you listeners will be able to kind of hear how the subconscious flow works and how that part of the brain kind of reveals information on a multitastual level.
It's a millennial thing.
Yeah.
No, we're just smart and multitask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm busy multitasking. For all you viewers. All right, you hear that?
What the hell is that, police?
Okay, so welcome back to the Listen Nissim show, where we compare original songs with their remixes, and we invite guests onto our show to talk about how the remix did, if it was a good rendition. So our first guest is Justin Ryan, and our first song is called Im Hashem lo yivnei bayit, which actually translates to Unless the Lord Builds the House, and this is a version by Laeli, so listen up for the first version.
Im Hashem lo yivnei bayit, shavam lo voinav bo, Im Hashem lo yishmori, shov shokat shoyme. Im Hashem lo yivnei bayit, shavam lo voinav bo, Im Hashem lo yishmori, shov shokat shoyme.
So Justin, what do you think so far? By the way, our guest today is Justin Ryan.
Hello.
So what's your analysis of this original song?
Well, the very beginning of the song, I thought it was a fucking police song with the fucking reggae, but with the guitar.
Hey, do you think you could not use so much profanity? You know?
What's wrong with?
It's just a lot of editing for me, you know, to do afterwards.
You're gonna edit this out?
Look, I know words are just made up of letters and we assign meaning to them as humans, but there's good and bad inherent in everything.
Yeah, it's just made up of words. You know what's not made up of words?
Oh my gosh. For you viewers, for you listeners out there, my guest Justin Ryan is doing some inappropriate visuals that will definitely not have him re-invited again, but we're glad to have him at least so he can get it out while he can.
Oh, so this is the part where I get it out of my system.
You gotta remember, I'm functioning off of 20 ounces of black coffee and a cheesesteak. Extra cheese. Extra mushroom. Geno's. Oh, the music. Yeah, it sounded like I don't know though. And the intro sounded like a police song, and then the vocals came in, and you know it's not a police song, and it's just really chill reggae.
All right, now here's the remix by a user called Hi5 Music, 5 like the number, on SoundCloud, and here's how it goes. Hey, hey. Let's go. DJ Dime. So Justin Ryan, what do you think of that remix?
Well, that was pumping way more than the last one. Just saying. I like the bass. The synth pad was nice. This was just right.
That's great. So how do we make sense of, in order for a remix to hit as hard as it does, the original needs to be the way it is?
Rephrase that.
You have the original, and it is what it is. And if it's an 8 out of 10, making a remix out of it gives you the potential to bring it up to a 10 out of 10 or more.
What makes you think it's an 8 out of 10?
Well, maybe it was a 10 out of 10, but then when the remix came out, it dropped to an 8 out of 10 because you realized that, wow, more potential was uncovered from this gem. So this is the part of the show now where we try harmonizing to a song that we are unfamiliar with. So
we got a lot of game show games for this show.
Yeah, once again, you're listening to the Listen Nissim show, sponsored by Temple University College of Liberal Arts. Hine lo yanu v'lo yishan, lo yanu v'lo yishan, shomer Yisrael v'yeyel. Hine lo yanu v'lo yishan, lo yanu v'lo yishan, shomer Yisrael. Hashem lo yivne bayis, shalom levo All right, your turn, Justin. Hey, man.
What the fuck?
Hey. It's your turn. Okay? Take it seriously.
I was.
All right?
Oh.
I see the coffee's starting to wear off.
No. Harmonize.
Get closer. Come on. We can do this together. Let's do it one more time. Just hum melody to it.
Yummy fuck. Pick up or take out. Pick up or delivery. Fuck lie, how may I help you?
You're listening to the Listen Nissim podcast. Says until next time, thank you so much. That was a good ending. All right, that was really fun. Yeah, I was thinking, like, wouldn't it make this sound?
Yeah,
So,
we usually would.
Let's see if we can